You know, aging is really hard. And aging with type 1 diabetes, and I'm going to speak specifically to our crowd here, women, it can feel like all that we've done and worked for wasn't good enough, wasn't enough deposits in the bank because we just feel overwhelmed and defeated. Our body is reacting, it's speaking to us in ways we don't want it to. The feedback that we're getting, whether it's from the CGM, or our sleep, maybe it's our weight that is suddenly very stubborn. These are all things that are real, and it's a really important part and a really important time of life, that I had to recognize as well. I remember being in my late 40s, and it just seemed like everything was falling apart, right? I had just gotten into a new marriage. My daughter was just finishing college, moving out, a lot of adjustments. It was a lot of really good things happening, but it was a lot of change, and change brings stress. And on top of that, I was still managing type 1 diabetes. But besides all this, my hormones were changing. And nobody put it together. Nobody, meaning the doctors. Even conversations with friends, who might have been going through the same similar things. Other women with diabetes. We never put two plus two together. We never said, well, maybe I'm in perimenopause. Maybe this is why I'm suddenly frustrated and why nothing seems to be working. Well, guess what? That's what it was. And that is a reason that I'm really passionate about sharing this topic with our community, because nobody's really talking about it. It's important that we're heard. It's important that these changes that we're experiencing are validated, they are assured that yes, these are some changes. Hormones do impact all these different areas. I always think of hormones too. It's kind of like when blood sugar's low or high, because those are some different things going on. Psychologically, we're going through some changes when that, with that swing in blood sugar, and that affects our mood and our responses. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but I know that if my blood sugar is high, I'm very cranky, I'm very irritable, I'm explosive. Well, I can remember when I was going through these same sort of, obviously, the highs and lows when my hormones were dropping, in perimenopause, that I now know it's called perimenopause, that I was a hot mess, not pointing it all back to really what was directing that area, that was making things worse. And what often happens for many of us women, and many women that don't are not necessarily living and managing a chronic disease, but they just really think that everything is just not going to be the same, that they're not going to get their vitality back, that they're not going to feel happy or content anymore. And it just seems like it just keeps stacking and stacking and stacking on top of each other. And we're prescribed different medicines for all these different symptoms, whether it's an antidepressant, cholesterol is going up, so we're put on a statin, blood pressure is going up. Again, these are all things that really do get impacted from low hormones and the inflammation that's going on. And we can just, if we're not recognizing this, and we don't have a practitioner or a health coach like myself to talk to and to find solutions, then this can just be, it is just a slippery slope, to more heartache, to more disappointment and feeling of defeat. Again, as we are managing blood sugar every day, we're still managing that every single day, and it's hard. So why wouldn't we ask for help? When I found these solutions and I realized the reason, and I realized how all this was tied together, and really what my body needed was, again, to focus on, the sleep, really good hormone balancing foods, prioritizing my time and my relationships, and staying close to God, getting deeper into my prayer life. That really made a difference for me as well. But when I reached out and found, again, I did some more research. I went back to school and studied hormone health. And that helped get me ready as well, not only to, fast forward, is to help other women go through this as well. But it really is understanding that, yeah, this is a natural part of life, and recognizing it and knowing that there is going to be solutions. And, take a step back, kind of do a big picture view of where you are, what needs to be kind of dialed in, and knowing that hormone replacement, because that really was the saving grace for me, will get us back into kind of an even balance and optimizing all the things that we're spending so much time and effort in doing it. And, I spent years battling weight, erratic blood sugar, sleep issues. Sleep is probably the worst, I think, symptom and side effect of low hormones, because as we all know, when we don't sleep well, we're not eating as well, we're not moving as much, and it's a compounding thing, and we don't need things compounded against us when we are managing type 1 diabetes. So I learned that perimenopause was behind all of this. And my endocrinologist, again, didn't mention hormones, so I wasn't even tested. It's something I had to advocate for and insist on to get my estrogen, progesterone, and my testosterone tested so that I knew where I was, just to confirm that that really was the underlying cause. So I dug deep and I found the answers. And I started bioidentical hormones, and it changed everything. My insulin sensitivity improved. I went from, I had gone as high as 15 units of basal. This was back when I was in multiple daily injections. And I crept up to 15 units per day within 6 to 9 months. Again, it was a gradual increase because my body needed more insulin. But once I got on bioidentical, again, it took time for it to get into the system, everything to assimilate, everything to be absorbed, everything to get back into balance. I was back down to 10 units of insulin, the basal insulin. So that's my once a day dose. So yeah, my insulin sensitivity improved dramatically. Energy was back. I was able to maintain muscle again and to stay strong and to keep those workouts going. And I felt in control again, right? So if you're struggling with similar issues, ask these questions. Don't wait for your doctor to bring it up. Ask them yourself. Dig deeper. And if they're not willing or at a place where they can talk about this topic, or they can really give you the advice or the medical attention you need, seek out help. And this is a good opportunity to reach out to me. I have many resources and help that I can send your way. So let's normalize this conversation. What you're going through this time of life is going to happen, but you need to decide how you want to take it on, how you want to care for yourself in this time of life. And I'm here for you. So I hope this helped you and you found value in what I shared today. And share this with somebody, a girlfriend, somebody in your circle who needs this help too. And be sure to download the guide. It is called HRT and Type 1 Diabetes, the what, when, and how. And I walk you through all the benefits and really just the history and just kind of debunking the myths behind hormone and the fears that we once had, and really how valuable and essential it is for those of us living with type 1 diabetes. So be well.